Hi, this is Bedrest Coach Darline Turner, owner and founder of Mamas on Bedrest and Beyond, and it is Video Wednesday. Today is August the 28th of 2013, and the question for today is working from home while on bed rest. Got a call from a mama on bed rest last week saying to me, I really can't afford to go on bed rest. She had lost her previous job. She's collecting unemployment for which she will lose in just a few weeks. She's had her electric bill turned off, her electric service turned off because she was unable to pay the bill. She has housing because she lives in a home or apartment or whatever that her father owns, and he's letting her live there inexpensively. And she's on food stamps. I mean, it's really kind of a really desperate situation for this mama. And she said, my doctor is saying that I may need to go on bed rest and I need to work. I don't know what to do. So as we were sitting there kind of brainstorming about her situation, I asked her, well, what types of things have you done in the past? What type of skills do you have? Well, it turns out this mama has been like an office manager, bookkeeper kind of person, and has managed the office affairs of several businesses, from oil changing services to offices. And I said to her, well, have you considered becoming a virtual assistant? She was like, well, I don't understand what that is. And I explained to her that virtual assistants do the very things that she's been doing, but they do them virtually for people. Sometimes it's because it's a small business and they can't afford to have someone in-house, or it's really that it's a very mobile business and they are out of the office most of the time, but they need someone to answer their phone, deal with emails, questions, what have you. And she was like, oh my God, I could do that. I could do that while on bed rest even. And I said, yes, it would be really cool because you can do this from home. She has another child that she needs to take care of, and so she could do that. And, but she could still earn a decent income. So it really got me thinking, with mamas on bed rest, how can you maximize your time? Now, I know for many mamas on bed rest, they feel lousy. And especially if you're on hospital bed rest, something like this really may not be possible because you may not be stable enough yourself to be able to perform such services. But for women who may be at home, who may not be, they shouldn't be up and about perhaps, but they're not feeling poorly and they have hours here and there where they can do things, they may want to consider working from home. Now, what are the types of things that would be great work-at-home jobs? And, immediately what came to me was any type of thing that you do on the computer. If you are into social media or writing, marketing, if you can do things from a computer and from the phone, you're golden. And, there are so many jobs and so many people who are small businesses. They just need someone a little bit, and they can't pay a lot, they can't pay overhead, and you're not necessarily looking for that. You're just looking for work and a paycheck. And it's a really good win-win situation because also after you have your baby, you can continue to do this work from home, make money, but be with your baby. I really espouse this, working from home for mamas. So let's talk about it for a minute. What are the types of things that would be really, really great for mamas on bed rest or other mamas who want to work at home? And one of the first things that came to mind for me, and I talked to my sister about it years ago, was medical transcription. My sister is an amazing typist. She types like over 100 words a minute. It's just like, she doesn't do it as much anymore, so she may be out of practice, but she at one point could type something like 100 and some odd words a minute, and I was like, man, you get those little tape things and type them up. You can do them, because she lives in an area where sometimes they get a lot of snow and the weather gets bad, so I'm like, it wouldn't matter. Now, I do know a lot of offices and things have switched to electronic medical records, but surgeons and doctors, they still need medical records typed up. They need things transcribed, and how it works now is they call like this number, this service, and they record it, and then you as a transcriptionist, you call like the dial-in number and you listen to the recording and you type it, and there's like no paper involved. It goes right into their system. It's the coolest thing right now, but it's really cool, and it's a way that mamas on bed rest who feel up to it, who could be even reclined in bed with a laptop, could work. Now, I'm tossing this out. I cannot tell you the particulars, but what I would say is if that is something that appeals to you, look into how to become a qualified, certified, medical transcriptionist. I don't think it's really that hard, but you do need to know medical vocabulary and you do need to be able to type pretty well. So that's one thing. Virtual assistants, again, if you have a phone and you have a laptop and maybe, access to postal mail, which we all do, you can probably manage a lot of little companies and help them out, and they would be happy to help you. You're happy to help them. They pay you. You get paid. It's a really great thing. Another idea that came up was bookkeeping. Now, I know when I was in Austin, there was a woman who was a bookkeeper, QuickBooks expert, or whatever she called herself, QuickBooks. I don't know, something about QuickBooks, but she was really good at it, and she was. And she came to one networking group of moms that I used to attend where we were all mom entrepreneurs. And she just gave out her card, and almost everybody in the room utilized her. She was really inexpensive, really fast, but the thing was she had so much volume and repeat business. She worked from home. She did what she was going to do. She took care of her kids. All you had to do was take your bookkeeping stuff to her on like a flash drive. She put it into her computer. She cleaned it up. She put it back on the flash drive, gave it to you. You stuffed it in your computer. I mean, it was wonderful. And I'll tell you, for someone like me who hates all that stuff, it was a godsend. And man, I feel like she was really cheap. She probably should have paid, she should have charged more. But be that as it may, it was amazing. She was whipping through our stuff. Like, we were talking moms in business. We were like, man, did you have, so-and-so do your books? Yeah, she did it in like a day. I mean, she was amazing, phenomenal. And again, you can set your hours, because I don't know if she did my books at midnight, at 2 in the morning. Quite frankly, I didn't care. I said to her, I need them by, Friday or whatever, and she had them ready. She could have done them standing on her head for all I care, but she got it done. And this is what I'm saying. We have to think of these things as mamas on bed rest and as moms in general, because most of us, not all of us, but many of us, and I won't even say most, but many of us, once we have our children, we want to be accessible for our children. And the task becomes wrapping around the things that need to be done around our children. And that's what this is really all about. And that's what Mama on Bed Rest and I talked about. I said, think of the things that you can do that will wrap around your children and your situation. And we started coming up with all kinds of things, because she's done like some telemarketing. She's done a whole bunch of odd jobs in her life, and she didn't realize the wealth of talent and information that she was. And I want to say this to you, mamas. You are a wealth of talent and information. You may not think so, but you are. And if you can answer a phone, if you can type on your computer, if you can tweet, if you can be on Facebook, if you can, type a simple letter or memo, if you can do bookkeeping, I mean, gosh, then you're golden. If you have these types of skills, just organizational skills, like, Pete, you can be a party organizer from bed. You can say to people, if you're in your town and like the various shops and things, you can sit on the phone and have people call you and say, hey, plan my husband's, retirement party. You're sitting there in the bed, calling this place and that place, organizing it and everything else. You haven't left your bed and you're making a pretty penny. It's doable. And the thing that's really cool about the U.S., I can't say about other companies, is you can pretty much just say, hey, I'm a party planner, and the next thing you are a party planner. And then you can get more sophisticated. You can make business cards, you can have brochures and everything. But to get started, call a few of your friends and say, hey, I'm planning events. Send me business. They'll help you out. Word of mouth is the best thing, and if you do a great job, you are golden. You may never need to make a business card. But the thing is, remember, certain of these types of jobs, of these types of skills, you can do from bed. And it's laughable. Sometimes people say, well, I need to have all this stuff. Really, no, you don't. You don't need business cards to start. You don't need trifolds. You don't even necessarily need a website, although after a time that is good. And you can whip up a quick WordPress website in like 5 minutes. I mean, literally just put your name on it, and it's just a page people come up to, and it's really just giving your contact information. Hi, Darline Turner, event planner. You got a party, I can plan it for you. Call me. 512-555-1212, like they do on TV. But it's really that simple. In terms of business structure, at the end of the year, you declare what you made, you pay your taxes, boom, you're done. You're a sole proprietor. If you want to get fancy, you can become an LLC, or you can incorporate, or what have you. But for this moment, while you're on bed rest, be a sole proprietor. I would suggest, though, for every dollar you make, you put about 30 cents of it to the side, so that you can pay your taxes at the end of the year, because if people don't, people don't pay taxes to you, what have you. And you also want to check a little bit with, IRS and things, if you're doing certain things, because certain services are taxable. But, all this medical transcription stuff, virtual assisting, party planning and stuff, the work you do isn't taxable. If you buy products, or if certain services, types of things are taxable, and figure that out. But really, just in the day-to-day, not a problem. And if you're thinking, well, I want to know a little bit more, really easy to find out. Small business administration offices are pretty much in every state that I know of. And you can call them up and say, hey, I'm thinking of doing this. What things do I need to have in place to be in compliance with the state, to be in compliance with the federal government, so that I don't end up going to jail and having tax liabilities? They'll tell you. You can even go online and go small business administration. Say, I'm thinking of starting a virtual business. What do I need? It's all online. If you want some help, can't afford a business coach, call SCORE. It's the Society something of Retired Executives. I can never remember what the C is. But you can call these places. They're in almost every state too, and whole bunches of cities, and say, I want to talk to somebody about running a business. And you get these people, they've run $1 million corporations, and they'll give you the skinny. Free. Absolutely free. Utilize these services. Utilize your talents. You've got more resources than you think. It's amazing. When I finished talking to this mama, I thought, my God, so many mamas on bed rest feel so stuck. And we tell ourselves, oh my God, I'm stuck. I can't do this. I can't do that. There's so much that we can do right from bed. And when you think about it, once you have the baby, you may want to consider doing it as well, to have that freedom, that time freedom. Now, several of you may be thinking, why doesn't she mention something like Mary Kay or Avon? And there's nothing wrong with those businesses, but my only concern with those is that you need to be out selling, and you're supposed to have these face-to-face meetings, and you're supposed to, have these interactions with people, and you're on bed rest, and that's kind of hard to do. Now, if you have established that beforehand, again, you can keep right on rolling with that, because you can call your clients and say, hey, let me send you the latest catalog, or let me send you to my website. These are what the new products are, what have you. Yeah, you can do that. But if you haven't already established it, it's kind of hard to establish while you're on bed rest, and that's why I haven't made mention of those businesses. There's nothing wrong with them. They are perfectly good businesses, but there is a ramp up with those that can sometimes be hard if you can't be out and about. But again, think about it, mamas. You are a wealth of information. You are a wealth of talent. You have to kind of now think differently. How can I take these talents that I have and maximize them in a different way than what I would normally do? And that's really all it is. It's amazing to me that we didn't think of it sooner, but now we're thinking of it, and I really want to encourage you to think outside the box. If you are thinking about this and you need some help, I want to give you a couple of resources. One in particular is a woman that I met and interviewed in Austin. Her name is Holly Hanna. She has a website called The Work at Home Woman, and I think it's theworkathomewoman.com. But if you look up Holly Hanna, HOLLYHANNA, The Work at Home Woman, fabulous website with all sorts of things, like if you're trying to start a business and work from home. Also, oh gosh, what is this woman's name? I can't remember her name, but her book is called All Moms Work. And in her book, she talks about the pros and cons of working outside the home, working in the home, things that you need to consider if you're having children. Her book is available on our website through our Amazon store. And, again, major wealth of information. But again, you're not stuck. The bed rest thing, yeah, it stinks, it comes up, it drives you crazy, it's a monkey wrench in your life. What am I going to do? But if you can step back and say, okay, this is what is right now. I don't love it, but I can't change it for right now. How can I maximize it? Let your mind flow, let your imagination go, and think about what can I do while I'm laying here that won't tax me, because we don't want you stressed, we don't want you in pain or anything, but that you can make a little money at. You're a bookkeeper, you're a typist, you can answer phones, you can do all these things. You are a wealth of talent and information, and there are people who would pay you to fix things for them. So think about it. You can be a virtual shopper from home. You can tell people, here, I'll get all your stuff done, because everybody ships things now. You can do it for them. Amazing, amazing potential. So I just want to put that little bug in your ear. As you can see, I'm passionate about it, because the more I thought about it, the more I thought, my God, mamas around the world even, but mostly in the U.S. that I'm thinking of, can have thriving income while on bed rest. Screw the government. You don't want to help us? Fine, we'll help ourselves. But you can do this. And maybe we'll have a little webinar and talk about it. Keep in tune. We'll talk later. But this is Darline Turner, Bedrest Coach, owner and founder of Mamas on Bedrest and Beyond. And remember, mamas, you are a wealth of talent and information. If you have any questions or concerns, shoot me an email, info@mamasonbedrest.com, and I would love to chat with you further. We do the 30-minute complimentary bed rest breakthrough sessions. This may be your topic. Give us a whirl, info@mamasonbedrest.com. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Have a wonderful day. Be prosperous. What does Spock? Live long and prosper. Anyway, okay, I'm getting silly now. I'm going to sign off. Bye.